All right, today I'm picking up a bike it's really exciting because I've never thought about racing mountain biking again. I did my first XC race last year at Trek. And I'm picking it up from someone you might have watched before, you might not have, but you're gonna get to meet him today, and he was kind enough to put the bike together for me. I'm super grateful and I really appreciate it. All right here we got the Cougan Rampage 428, and this is a carbon race bike. You've always been wanting to see me try a race bike, and this is the first one I'm gonna try. And I'm here with Zach from Evo 1, and I really appreciate you building the bike up for me because, as all of you know, I suck at anything mechanically bike related.
Yeah, make sure you find the hole. You push it all the way in.
Push it all the way in.
Gotta push this, punch it.
All the way.
I'm scared.
All right.
There you go.
Now pull it out. There you go.
You said you were starting a brand in the biking industry, so
I am.
Tell us a little bit.
We are starting Evo 1 Industries. We've got our first product that should be ready to launch here in the next probably about 60 to 90 days, and all that's going to be over on my channel. Stop. Go subscribe if you want to get in there.
But before we take this bike out, I know a lot of you are wondering, so let's see how much it weighs.
No way.
What's it at?
24.7.
Holy crap.
We are here at Batasso in Boulder, Colorado area, and this is a nice trail to come take this bike out. I've never been on a race bike before, so this is technically a hardtail cross-country race bike. So this should be exciting. And right here we have our first climb, and this is the exciting part for me because I hate to climb, and to have a super light bike, that should have me really prepared for this climb right now. Now this is the hill at the beginning where it's a pretty good test to see how this bike feels before we actually get into the real trails. And this thing is so light.
This bike feels like a rocket climbing up, but as you can see, I'm looking back. And if you're wondering why I'm looking back, there's a watch out for mountain lion sign on this trail, and I kept hearing stuff, so I had to make sure it wasn't one running up on me.
This is crazy. Now I see why people love these bikes. All right, let's drop in. Oh wow. You can definitely hear the different sound of these rocks hitting carbon versus aluminum, because this sounds so harsh when these rocks hit this carbon. I don't know if you heard that or not, but that sounds scary. That's my worst fear, is cracking carbon. But the way this feels, it's like, man, okay, I see why y'all like carbon so much. Especially when you want to go fast and be efficient. This definitely makes sense. Let's get a little downhill action right here. Oh, this feels good. I like this. All right, I'm starting to notice the difference between these bikes now. Because as I'm going downhill, now I see why XC riders have a hard time going downhill fast. Because a lot of these XC bikes don't have droppers, such as this one. So you have to keep the seat kind of in a position to where you can get behind the saddle, but still be able to sit down and pedal when you need to. And because of that, it's kind of hard to really get that seat out of the way you need to cut in those corners and everything. This thing climbs like a beast. Now I'm riding a size medium, and the reach does seem kind of too long for me on this bike. So either these bikes are a little bit bigger than the average medium, or they are just designed for taller, more long limb riders with like long arms and stuff. Because when I see these racers, a lot of them are not my height. They look really tall and lanky. So if I had to guess, especially with this bike being an Italian brand race bike, if I had to guess, that might be the reason why it feels the way it does. And oops, excuse me. If I had to guess, that's probably the way it's designed like this. Dang, I just passed those people. Now I lost my train of thought. So if I had to guess, it's for people that are tall with long limbs, because the people who race, those long legs usually give you that advantage, and short people like me, we can't really create the momentum like the tall riders can. But I might be wrong. That's just my scientific best guess. This is sick. Oh yeah. This might actually make me race again. I've only raced one time and it wasn't super fun, but with this bike, I think it would be so much fun.
Now let's talk about this bike for a second. This Lee Cougan is made in Italy. It's super lightweight, looking to get into US bike shops, which is really awesome. Historic brand from the 70s and 80s with the air technology that allows it to be lighter and stiffer, so you can actually feel the trails and feel more connected to the bike. And this bike also comes with multiple build levels as far as spec. The bike I'm currently riding is the lowest level spec, and this one is around $3,200.
Now I was thinking maybe a shorter stem would help too. But when I'm out of the saddle, this bike actually feels really good. Another reason I think I'm having a hard time, look at that, see, I almost slid out. And I was just about to say why I was having a hard time. Another reason I think I'm having a hard time cutting in the corner is just because these tires are not tubeless, so I can't really run the pressure that I want to run. And I'm also not used to going this fast. This bike is literally so fast. I am not used to this. It feels like a completely different riding experience, honestly. Because you go fast on normal mountain bikes, but this is a different kind of fast. This is I'm just gliding over the dirt, like just flying kind of fast. Almost feels like I'm riding on pavement, I'm going so fast. Like I'm not, this is not all downhill right here, and I'm just letting it cruise, and it's still rolling up hills, which is weird. So now I see the difference between regular bikes and these race bikes. This bike might make me download Strava. I still haven't downloaded Strava yet, but having a bike like this would make me do it, because I would actually want to see how fast I'm going and how fast I can ride these trails. This bike makes you want to go fast. I'm not even having to give it a lot of pedal strokes to go fast. I do a couple pedal strokes and I'm off. Let's go. I've definitely never ridden a bike that feels like this. This thing, oh shoot. I guess I'm not going fast enough. Oh, you got it. No problem. You too. Speaking of race bikes, I had a dude just come up behind me on a super caliber. I'm gonna be him one day. Because this bike is awesome. Let's see how it goes over this. Wow. I didn't think it was no way I was getting over that. All right, let me know how you feel about the lever lockout for the fork. So this is how you lock the fork and unlock it. So you press it in, it's locked. Release it with this button, it's unlocked. So I'm gonna try to lock it because we're going up a pretty steep and techy section right here. I'm gonna lock it just to see how efficient this thing is. We're about to have a little competition right here. There's somebody coming up on a race bike. I'm about to see if I can keep up. Hey. All right, S-Works race bike. Here we go. Wow. As I'm sure a lot of you noticed, I forgot to lock the front suspension, which really didn't even matter. This thing still climbed up that stuff like it was nothing. I can't imagine what this bike could do if I was actually in shape. Once I get mountain biking shape, oh my goodness, this bike would be crazy.
Now, who is this bike for? If you want to go fast and have a super lightweight bike without paying a ton of money, it's going to be hard to find a 25-pound bike at this price point. So I do think it's very well worth the price after riding it. So if you want to go fast, maybe beat some PRs, this is definitely the bike for you.